everybody. How are you doing today? We've got our series today that we're doing for our International Dinner Club, and we talk about different types of products and items. And today we're going to be talking about Don Alfonso and the wonderful experience and culture that they have in the Amalfi Coast in Italy.
Yes, I mean, we are very fortunate, and for me, it's kind of a special moment. It's almost like I'm a little child in a candy store, and I'm seeing Santa Claus for the first time. But we are speaking with some, actually, there was just came out an article today, I think. They call them the royalty of Italian cuisine. And I do believe it.
So we're bowing.
We're bowing to the royalty. But we have Don Alfonso Iaccarino, Ernesto Iaccarino, the famous, I mean, if anybody knows, it's a place to be. Don Alfonso, 1890, not just in Sant'Agata dei Golfi, in the Amalfi Coast, on the coast of Sorrento, but also all the way around the world. We have Macau, we have New Zealand. We are very fortunate to have it here in Toronto.
Yeah.
And soon, but I'm going to leave it to them.
There's another?
There is another one, but I'm going to let them talk about it.
I don't know that one yet.
Don Alfonso, of course, I don't think he needs an introduction, but I mean, I'm going to introduce anyway. It definitely is major pioneer of what has to do our belief of
the Mediterranean lifestyle.
The Mediterranean lifestyle, the health about cooking, understanding the Southern Italian cuisine, respect nature, respecting product. Ernesto, is really took it to the next level. I mean, I had the pleasure to actually have Ernesto here for one under a Lucky Star event. Mm-hmm. And it was the most incredible meal. People still talking right now, to a point that he was forced to open a restaurant here in Toronto. So everybody's very fortunate to have them here.
It is good.
Michelin star restaurant, yes. They have the first time Michelin restaurant in 1985, the second one in 1990. To me, they are 4-star based on our experience that I have. And because it is a mecca of cuisine, and we have to be careful that we say cuisine in general, because any foodie has to really experience Don Alfonso.
Yeah. When we were there last summer, it was just, even just the warmth and the experience of you opening up your doors, and the culture that's there was unbelievable, but also the food. I mean, just sitting there and the experiences of the taste buds and exploding and everything, it was just such a great thing. And it was such fresh produce too. Everything you worked from the ground up. And it really was a wonderful experience. So thank you guys for being on today, for answering these questions.
Thank you for inviting us. Thank you. We are very happy.
So this is a 3-part series. So I'm going to go through a series of questions and we'll talk around that, and then we'll introduce the next one for the next time. So it's going to be a 3-part series that we're going to be offering. So, as I mentioned, it's a real experience coming to Don Alfonso, and it's a real culture. Why is fresh product so important to you?
Well, when you are born in this place, and since when you are a baby, you know what is the difference between a fresh fruit taken from the tree when is in the magic moment to be eaten. Same is for vegetables. And after you go to buy, because you stay outside of your country, and you have a completely different experience, because everything has the same taste, no difference between one vegetables and another, between one fruit and another's. Because to give to the people these things, they have to save in the frigo. There is transportation, and it changed completely also the color and the taste. And but this, you can say, why? So you must live there to have all this experience? No, the problem is that everywhere you go, there is something special. The nature of all the world offer you something at the top in the magic moment. So if you have the experience for these things, now after 50 years that I do this job, everywhere in the world, I have found always something interesting for my palate, how to say, for my
Palette.
Yeah.
palate. So also in Canada, you have wonderful things, but here it's a geographic location of the world that for me, the products of nature, they give us the best that they can. I say I live in paradise. And that's for me, it's very important. Sometimes I am sad when I go far away from here. I do not find, I could see, so easy. In the morning, the first thing that you feel is the smell of fresh fruit just taken 2 hours before, like apricot, peach, apples, pears, and it's different because they do not have they were not staying in somewhere to wait that you go to pick up. You just go from the trees and you can eat, and it's
And even
an experience.
and even we have the chance to pick the things when they are perfect. When you are so close and you have not to transport, it's easier because you get the best in that moment and you put on the table 2 hours after, so you can feel the magic. And in our cuisine, it's very important because when you came, you felt in your mouth, not all the single ingredients and all, because we try to do elegant and balanced dish. So you have to feel everything. But when we don't have these ingredients, it's really difficult to adapt a recipe like the ones that we can do here in Italy, in other places. So sometimes we start again with a new vision. When we came in Toronto, first month, we went around the local market. In general, we worked a lot on the ingredients to see what we can put on the stage using our Mediterranean identity of doing cuisine, but using local ingredients. The one you have, I love the bison, I love the mushrooms, I love the bee. So I made a dish with the bee that is a vegetarian one.
I love the salmon.
The salmon. We have good salmon.
Oh, very, very good. Number one.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
those wild animals.
Yeah.
Like, come si dice?
No, ma anche
Alce.
no, quello che mi dici che dovevo mangiare, come si chiamava?
Moose?
Mousse.
Moose. Yes. Oh, yes. I mean,
Oh.
that's what I mean. That is a big part when you see in the East Coast. I mean, when we drove on the East Coast of Canada, you actually can see the moose across in the street when you're driving.
Next time you come to Canada, we have to go up to
And
Lockwood
you have
Park.
also very good wild geese.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's my favorite animals to eat. Birds, and also you have also woodcock. I know. You know what is woodcock?
Woodcock.
Beccacia.
Yeah, Beccacia. Yeah.
Now some Italians they're
Fantastic.
coming in Canada to hunt.
Oh.
Oh, lots of them. Lots of them are coming now over here. And so this is amazing because that's what we're talking about, the freshness of the product, and seeing someone that has been fortunate enough to have all this great product coming to a different continent and discover something different.
And exploring with new foods, right?
Yeah, but even we have Italy is almost, especially in our region, plenty of volcans. So the mineral soil is very, very rich, and this gives a big difference too. So special microclimate, where you saw the Amalfi Coast, high mountains, hills, then sea. And this helps a lot to make something unique, because the problem is we have to have very long taste in the palate. To have the length in the palate, you can do only with top ingredients.
Yeah.
If you use
And
average ingredients, you can never can have the length in your palate. And this is what we're trying to do in our cuisine.
and the special geographic situation gives you different from all the other part of the world because we have 4 different seasons: spring, winter, autumn, and summer. And each time of the years, you must have the experience to grow the right vegetables. You cannot go to grow tomatoes in winter. Yes, you can grow under glass, but it's not the same when the tomatoes is living to the sun, to the light, to the right time. It's a lot different.
Dario, when you have tomatoes, no, you have from June to August, but sometimes the one of September are fantastic because the sun is very mild and they get a concentration, depend on the season, you know. So August is the top normally for the tomatoes. Even in the summertime, you have the best period for the ingredients. But sometimes you have the very ripe one on the plant, that the plant is getting burned by the sun, and you have this fantastic tomato even at beginning of October, according to the year, because every year is different. So you never can tell. But you know, this is the world of the vegetables.
Yeah. I think one thing that I think people don't realize now is that you actually have your own farm. We haven't talked about that yet. So you grow a lot of your own products already, and that's why they're so fresh for the restaurant.
Yes, it is. It is. We have this farm is 10 hectares, 4 people working there daily, and they do, I mean, they are basic for us. It's the basic of our cuisine. We produce all the vegetables of the season, the olive oil, the honey,
lemons,
lemons,
orange, all the kind of fruit, cherries, apricot, pears,
wild cherry.
Wild cherry. I don't know how you call this nespole. Now it's the time. It's fantastic.
Oh, no, nespole. Yeah, I don't even know how to translate in English either.
Prima
I don't know how to translate in English.
Yeah, yesterday Ernesto told me, because I brought some at home, and then I said to him, try to eat for breakfast. Before starting breakfast, try this nespole. He said, when he came back, Papi, you're right. This is much more
energetic than
the best
chemical additive.
Something.
You know, you get the pill to feel the pills to get stronger.
Yeah,
You felt the energy coming out from the
you know,
ingredients.
Because sometime, few years ago, when he was starting, after the economy university, he studied economy, and he was starting to work in the restaurant. But also in summertime, when he was not, the school was free, he was always helping me in the kitchen everywhere.
yeah.
But we were fighting because he was looking to the economy. So he said, "No, you spend so much money."
Not true. Because
now he's inviting me go every producer said this. If sometimes I forget.
The real story is he wants me to go to the farm every day, but I had to be in the kitchen. I couldn't. I didn't have the time to go. No, so the fight was on this, not on the water. He says.
I love this.
You know what? It's kind of.
I love the kitchen.
Yes, his baby, no, Bruno, and he's caring very much. Papa, what everything that hits coming from the property.
I think the most amazing thing about this one, and we experienced it.
Mm-hmm. Being there with you.
I thought is, you know, the freshness of the product is, and you guys can correct me if it's a religion. For the Don Alfonso, it's religion. Because as soon as we walked in there, it was an absolute impact, the first thing you got. And the next day, when we actually went to the farm, which was quite of a trip, okay, in this little road, and you actually walk into the...
That we survived. I thought for sure we were going to die. Driving down that little road over the cliffs, oh, mamma mia.
But there was
you know, these narrow roads.
Yeah. But there was this young man they work with you guys. It was one of the guys in the kitchen. And the first thing he showed us is how much passion you transfer to your stuff. Because here's this young man, and he's probably 20, was it? Then he took us around, and really passion is to show us absolutely everything. He was proud of his land, he was proud of the place he worked, and really proud of showing, oh, this is what we have, the lemon tree, every single thing. It was the epitome of passion, and that's what we don't see as often, unfortunately. And that is the big impact that we got.
And it was interesting because we were walking through town a day or two later, and everyone that we met at Don Alfonso was, hey, Dario and Anita, hey.
Yeah.
We felt part of the community. And I when I think of the Mediterranean lifestyle, I talk about it's not just the food and eating from the land and eating healthy and being balanced, but it's also a way of living. It's being connected, and as a community, as a family, you're so connected. You can see it in the way you both are going back and forth. It's also being active, right?
Yeah, but this part of the world. I mean, when I travel and I'm in Canada, China, whatever, what I miss more is the humanity of this part of the world. There is a sense of humanity that is incredible. People want to talk, want to make themselves knowing you. They want to know from you. I mean, there is this, and they can speak for hours with you, no? But this is a natural way, and this is then translated in the sense of hospitality there is in south of Italy. This huge humanity that makes, I think, people feeling like they are at home or like they are friends when they come in south of Italy in general, but even especially in Don Alfonso, because we treat everybody as if they are old friends. They come visit for a lunch at home or for a dinner at home.
Yeah,
it is our DNA.
Yeah, good. Well, we're going to wrap up this part number 1 and get more into Don Alfonso. And it's not just a restaurant; you can stay there too. Your wine cellar, which is unbelievable, and the cheese, right? The cheese is down there.
There is a lot of things that we don't know about Don Alfonso that we want to make sure that people really know, because you really need to have the opportunity to go and see it. Just for an experience. It is a culinary culture experience. So we wanna make sure that the next part we're gonna kind of get into a little bit more.
So ciao for now, everyone, and thanks for joining us.
Thank you.